Hello, Josh.
Hello, hello. Oh, can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah, I can
cool.
hear you. How are you doing?
I am good. The four
Good.
day 4 day weekend has been really nice.
Oh, I bet.
Hmm.
My week has been just full of viruses in this household.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
No, it's been quite a week. We didn't even get to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Oh man,
I
that's
know.
awful. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
My son had the flu. My daughter had COVID. My daughter had strep throat last week, so felt so bad for her.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's a
My
mess.
husband's sick. Yeah, it's a
Did you get
mess.
sick?
No, I actually dodged it. But I I took a immunity treatment, the IV treatment, and then loading up on preventive
Hmm.
vitamins, and I managed not to get it. And my son sleeps in my bed and has been coughing on me all every night. So
Wow.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's lucky.
yeah. And I get sick all the time. I have the worst immune system. If my kids are sick, I'm sick.
Huh.
So I'm very happy I didn't get
Yeah.
sick.
Well, yet.
Well, they're recovering already. Yeah, my husband's
I
left
see. Yeah, you guys gonna do like
nursing
a
something.
makeup Thanksgiving dinner or something?
Yeah, I am. I love Thanksgiving. I love the meal and just getting together with family.
Hmm.
So yeah, for sure we're gonna redo it
Cool.
in a few weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my Thanksgiving was a little weird this year. I usually end up either going to visit my dad, but he recently moved out of state, like across the country. I forget where,
Oh,
friggin' Michigan
okay.
or something. And
Uh
then
huh.
my mom lives in Anaheim, and I usually go visit her, and we go to my aunt's house in San Diego. But
Mhm.
this year, I uh, I had to close at work, and I was working like Wednesday night, so I would have had to leave super early in the morning on Thanksgiving morning and drive 8 hours out there, and then an extra 2 hours to get from my mom's house to my aunt's house. So yeah, it was just too much of a hassle to go out this year. So I
Yeah.
ended up
Yeah.
staying home with my wife, and we actually went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
who is
All right, that
Cuban,
works.
so we had a bunch of Cuban food.
Good food.
Yeah.
Nice. I know when I go get together with my larger family, we have rice at our
Yeah.
Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, no, us too.
Oh,
My
yeah.
my family's Asian, very Asian. My mom actually immigrated here from Cambodia when she was a kid. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Are you
Yeah,
mixed?
very. Yeah, my dad was like
Oh,
Mexican, Dutch, and I am Chinese, Cambodian, and Vietnamese.
I never would have
Mhm.
guessed. Oh my gosh, I had never would have
Yep.
guessed.
Can't tell by
Yeah, I
looking at
mean,
me, but yeah, my
yeah.
siblings, you can tell a little bit more that they show a little bit more of the Asian,
Uh-huh.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's weird how genes work. I mean, usually the Asian gene is pretty
Hmm.
strong. But I know this one girl, she's half what is she? I can't think off the top of my head. But she's half Filipino and half white. I forget what the white is,
Hmm.
but she does not look Asian at all. Like not one bit. She's beautiful. Actually, she's gorgeous, but she does not look. I don't know. She looks like Brazilian or something.
That's
But
so
yeah, it's weird
weird.
how genes work. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I feel like the Asian genomes are like very prominent. Like it has a very
it is.
obvious look
It
to it,
is.
and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Matt is here. Let me just put him up as a speaker for now. All right. Let's wait a little bit though for more people to join. I did put I'm so bad at creating these events and letting our members know. I did it last minute because Genius Night was like, "Oh, is there going to be some kind of announcement?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you have to help me with my terrible
Yeah,
memory."
yeah. Got to remember who you're working with.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I try to warn people that my memory is just
Hmm.
horrible. Um, Maybe I should just do a quick announcement since we have this special guest with us today. Give me 1 second.
Take your time, and we'll also be on YouTube too. I'll be sure
Yeah.
to record this and put it up there.
Okay, I pinged the whole guild. So hopefully more people will hop on now.
In the meantime, why don't I just kick us off, and anybody that wants to catch the recording can listen to what we have to say.
Okay, awesome.
All right, and anybody that is listening to the recording, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Knight's Tavern. We are joined by MetaMatt, who is the CEO of Fluid Tokens, and he's gonna give us a rundown about what he's about. And before we jump into that, we are continuing our series called Behind the Knight's Armor. And that is where you get to know us as the leadership, both me and Juju, and whatever guest that we have that is more involved with what's happening with the Knights Guild. So we're very excited to have Matt. Juju, why don't you start us off? Do you have a fun fact about yourself to share?
Sure. So I, I'm doing something big right now in my life, so I thought that would be fun to share. So I know some people know that I've been working as an IV therapy nurse. I go to clients' homes and give them IV therapy infusions, and I decided to branch off on my own and start my own business. So I've been working on that lately. Creating my brand, doing that whole, social media stuff, buying my own supplies. So I've been quite busy. And but it's been fun, and I'm excited to do this on my own. Um, and some fun facts with that, the company I had previously worked with, I've been to some, amazing homes. I live in Los Angeles, so, we got, celebrities here. I didn't see a celebrity, but so we have celebrities here and really wealthy people in Beverly Hills and Bel Air. And I went to a home that was worth $35 million. I was blown away. I never have stepped in a home worth that much ever in my life. And when I was there, I just felt like I was in a different world, like a world that I don't know. And another client, same thing, $8 million home, I think, and her room was just filled with, Gucci and Louis Vuitton and, Prada, like bags and bags and bags and all everything branded. I'm just, yeah. It's just a world that I don't know at all, but I thought it was pretty fascinating and fun. And these people, when I was with them, they just felt like, I'm just with an average person, just average person with a lot of money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of luxury home tours on YouTube, so I watch
Oh
Ennis
my
and Ennis
gosh.
Plus, and yeah, the stuff. He does mainly the Los Angeles area, so like
Oh, okay.
he'll display a lot of those like 15 to $45 million homes that are
Yeah.
just out of this world, like insanity.
Yeah. I mean, I love looking at homes too, just even just average homes, not even
Hmm.
in the millions, it's fun to home shop, but
Hmm.
yeah, it was pretty crazy that I was inside those homes and with these people. So
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. For myself, my fun fact is I was trying to decide between a couple of things that I was going to share, and I landed on this one. I have always been pretty entrepreneurial, just sort of naturally speaking. My first business as a kid was like seventh grade. I partnered with a friend of mine where we would go to the local gas station, buy a bunch of candy and sodas and stuff, and then resell them to our friends at school for
I've heard of kids doing this.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually, like most kids do, we got shut down because the school was, no, you can't do that, um, which is totally backwards to me. I think it's great that like kids are
Yeah.
stepping up and doing that, but
Mm-hmm.
that has displayed itself in a number of different ways throughout my life. I have started and led paintball teams, airsoft coalitions, gaming coalitions, not really guilds, but like just groups of people that get together to play games, and I track stats and stuff like that. I've done a number of different YouTube channels, including the one that I'm doing now, and I guess that is my current obsession is the late game crypto YouTube channel. Getting more involved with the Knights Guild and trying to contribute to that. And yeah, I guess like jumping back to one of the fun facts that I shared on a previous episode, in retrospect, all of that probably does have a lot to do with ADHD, because those things that I get fixated on, those things that I get obsessed with, the reason that I dive so hard into them is because they actually provide my brain with some dopamine, which is not what my brain is used to, because ADHD.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you had put out that fact, it was like a light bulb in my head that I actually have this too. I actually researched like a mad woman about ADHD and the symptoms. I'm like, check, 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 check. Yeah, I've been a serial entrepreneur too. And I get so fixated on things, and I've been fixated on this guild, and yeah, now I'm starting my business, with the IV business. So, and I'm
Hmm.
highly motivated and just totally obsessed.
Yep, I totally see that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like all of a lot of the symptoms that come along with that, including like memory type
Memory.
stuff. Yeah.
I think one of my first comments was like, "Oh, I have a really bad memory, by the way." I'm like, "Oh, blah blah blah. Oh, look, shiny penny. I have shiny penny syndrome."
uh, but yeah, I mean, on that note, like it has impacted me tremendously to see a psychiatrist, and like they tried a bunch of different drugs and stuff, and now
Hmm.
I'm taking a little bit of Adderall at the moment, and
Hmm.
some people are a little like against that kind of thing, but it has
Hmm.
made a tremendous impact on my life.
Oh wow. Well, if it's
Yeah,
not that big of an impact, it's all risk versus benefit, right? And if the benefit
yeah,
outweighs the risk, then
hmm,
go that route. So, yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
So yeah, those are some fun facts about us. Matt, why don't you break into the conversation here? Do you have any fun facts about yourself that you'd like to share? I know obviously you're very entrepreneurial, and I'll be asking some questions about that. But tell us about yourself.
Hey everyone, hey guys. Yeah, so definitely I have the same symptoms as you guys. I get also like easily bored if the challenge is not strong enough. This is probably why since I was very young, I started creating projects, and this kind of entrepreneurial things that we apparently all do here. And yeah, as a fun fact, which is completely, separated by this, is that we just came back from the Cardano Summit in Lausanne last weekend. So we basically met a lot of people of the Cardano space, both the developers and also like a lot of NFT collections, a lot of influencers, a lot of projects that want to bring their value into the Cardano space. So it's been like a very pretty fun event. And we met Charles, the founder of Cardano and stuff like this. So
That's awesome. That actually is a perfect segue into the first question that I wanted to ask you. You just look at your resume, which I did. I checked out your LinkedIn profile, and given just all of the involvement that you are plugged into within the Cardano space, why did you end up, sparking up with fluid tokens? And first, before you jump into that, give us all a rundown of your Cardano / blockchain track record. What are all the things that you do? What are the things that you have done? And then tell us about why Fluid Token.
All right, yeah. So let's start with the background, the Cardano background. So first of all, I've been joining the Cardano space like almost 3 years ago now. I started during my last year of university to study Cardano and start using it. At the time, there weren't any smart contracts, so it was pretty much theoretical. It was at the very beginning, and I remember I used to have discussion with the development team of Cardano about how to basically create the smart contracts that we have now. So I've been involved in the Cardano blockchain in particular for a very long time, and I've also during the last years I've been joined a lot of different projects. Some are very big, like for example, the first marketplace ever created on Cardano was TNFT.io, so I was there as an infrastructure architect. So I used to, create servers, databases, and all this kind of weird stuff. And then since day one, I joined also another very big metaverse, which is Pavia, because when I was younger, I used to create games. So they basically needed a figure that could bridge the blockchain aspect and the gaming aspect there. And then at the end, last March, I saw that there was a need to actually use the NFTs and make them more liquid in order to optimize the finance of the users inside the blockchain space, right? So I came up with the idea, why don't we create a lending platform where you can use NFTs, but also fungible tokens, but mainly NFTs as a collateral to get some money so you can do more stuff and then repay with respecting the terms of the agreement.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I was very impressed looking at all of the ways that you have been involved between CNFTIO and Pavia and fluid tokens and I saw some other stuff on there, but just it's insane. All of the crazy stuff that you're putting into developing on Cardano, and with all of that involvement in the ecosystem, you're obviously insanely busy, but I was still curious, given some involvement that you have with Pavia, are you a gamer at all?
That's a good question. I used to be, and if I had enough time, I will probably become, or again, a gamer. So I just cannot find enough time to actually play a game. There are some periods of the year where I get a little bit more free time, and this is where I go to play games. But now I play more, the games where the story is strong because I need to play them at my own pace, right? I shouldn't I don't have enough time to probably compete online with other people and do this kind of things because let's say I already compete in my game in the Cardano space, right? Or in the blockchain space. I try to create stuff. Other people want to use it. Is easily, stuff breaks easily, needs to be updated. New ideas come out and we need to implement them. So that's my new game, I'd say. It's just an evolution of gaming, I guess.
That is an awesome answer. And I totally feel you. I have had the hardest time trying to find some time to play games because I love the gaming community. I love the culture of video games. And as things develop here on Cardano, in the category of metaverses, uh, can we expect to see you roaming around a little bit in the metaverse at either Pavia or hopefully visiting your friends, the Knights, over in Cornucopias?
Definitely, yes. It will be part of my, I say, curiosity to also join all the possible metaverses on Cardano and see how they, differ, even if the concept behind it can be very common. So I will probably try to find all the possible, weird mechanics that every metaverse can offer, and each metaverse has its own shade, its own flavor. So it will be pretty normal to see different things, different cool things that you see probably on Cornucopias, and different things you see, for example, on Pavia, and all the next metaverses that will come out.
Great. That is awesome. And I want to add a little bit more fluid tokens flavor in here. So tell us about fluid tokens, the track record. How long has the platform been live, up and running? And tell us about some of the successes, maybe some stats that you have at the top of your head about what you have seen through this platform so far.
All right, yeah. So the idea of free tokens was, I came out with the idea of free tokens in March, last March, and it has been delivered in mainnet after a period of course, in the testnet of Cardano to ensure everything was fine. It was delivered in mainnet in June, so we've been online since June, and it's been like a very interesting journey so far. And a lot of people are actually using it. There are a lot of people because the NFT community is very strong on Cardano, and they can find a lot of benefits using it, both as lenders, both as borrowers, depending on what they have to do. And yeah, so since June it was released on mainnet, and then we did some upgrades during the month, but in the next probably 10 days will be release a very huge upgrade, which we call the V2, so the second version of the platform, with a lot more features that incredibly creates. There are some mechanics that are very new in the Cardano space that you haven't seen anywhere else so far, so we're pretty proud of it. Hopefully the testnet period will go very well, and then we will release on mainnet again.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited to see what that looks like. And for those that haven't seen it yet, the Fluid Tokens platform does have a stats tab that you can go and click and look at what has happened on the platform so far. I'm looking at it right now, and some of the notable stats here that I see. There have been over 1,500 loans created on the platform so far in just that short amount of time frame. 571,000 ADA volume has flowed through the platform. The most expensive loan that has been issued is 25,000 ADA. And as of this moment, there are 341 borrowers coming to the platform and 145 lenders on the platform, which feels very, very healthy to me, I think. So that's great. Congratulations on how far you have come with that platform. It looks amazing. The user interface and experience is great, and Fluid Tokens has established partnerships like Cody and Ada Handle, big names that everybody in the Cardano ecosystem recognizes. And you've partnered with some of the most recognizable names in Cardano, like Linda from the Mullen Stake Pool and Pete from Learn Cardano. So with that amount of influence and notoriety backing Fluid Tokens, why did you decide to partner with the Knights of Cornucopias?
Okay, so the reason is pretty simple. So we built the platform, and we are still building it in the most fair way as possible, right? So what we don't want to do is to create a scam project, something that can be damaging the users. Unluckily, we've seen recently some project that also got a lot of millions of dollars of investment during the last bull market that are not delivering, or they are delivering something else. So they are not keeping the promises that the user are expecting. And on the other side, we didn't get any investment. We are running we build the platform from zero with our own hands and our time and money. And the idea is NFTs can have a lot of different meanings, right? It's a technology, it's not a specific thing. And of course, the metaverse needs to have its own NFTs. And of course, Cornucopias is one of the most important metaverses at the moment in that, revolve around the Cardano space. And the NICE, of course, represent the good side of the Cornucopias community. So creating a partnership with you guys, it's a way to say we want to support the Cornucopias metaverse as much as possible in order for people to unlock the liquidity that is behind these NFTs, and trying to bring the community from you because you represent the good part. There is no toxicity, there is transparency, and this allows us to also keep our brand, our name clean, but at the same time leveraging the fact that another big metaverse is delivering NFTs and stuff like this. So
love it. Yeah, I really respect the philosophy that you guys approach with your platform. I love that you guys are staying away from VC funding and that you just want to be community driven. You want to build a product that's really for the people. And from my point of view, I believe that this is a very practical partnership for both Fluid Tokens and the Knights Guild. And I think I can speak for everybody when I say we're very appreciative to be working with you. And I'd like to hear from you how we, as in all of the members of the Knights Guild, what we can do to help Fluid Tokens beyond just using the platform. And I personally do plan on using the platform. I'm going to see if I can grab a loan for a book token mint that's happening next month. But other than that, what else can we do? How can we help?
well, I guess the best thing you can do, guys, is just spread the word. Just try, use the platform, try it, give us feedbacks in order to, help us improve the experience, and at the same time, of course, spread the word to everybody that may use it, may find it useful to use it, and having a good reputation in the space for us is more important than many other factors. And I guess this is the most important thing we can ask you to do for us. So just enjoying it, and then tell us what do you think, and if you want to create like a tweet or a post, we will be happy to retweet it and show that everybody is actually enjoying it, and that the word can spread without any aggressive marketing strategy. Because what we have done so far, it was building a solid product, a solid platform that is also safe to use, and we didn't invest any time, any money in any kind of marketing. So everything that you see on the website comes from people, from the community. So this is what we want to keep, of course, and of course spreading the word is the only effective tool there, right?
Fantastic. Yeah, no, you got it. You hit the nail on the head. And so as far as like where the Fluid Tokens platform is now, the features that you're working on, the new developments that you have coming up next, or ongoing campaigns that you have internally that you're trying to push. What's going on now with Fluid Tokens?
Right. So now we are very focused on delivering the version 2, right? And this version is much more, as I say, bigger, but in a good way, because there are a lot of more things you can do, and a lot of different features that will be particularly useful for the people. And we listen to the feedbacks in order to create these features. And I can tell some, I cannot tell much yet, but you will discover pretty soon enough all of them. And so, for example, at the moment, the lending and the borrowing are make the NFT liquid, right? Because when you create a loan, you get liquidity using your NFT. But if for any reason you have to sell your position. So if you're a lender or if you're a loan borrower and you want to get out of this smart contract, right? So this contract, you cannot do this because it's fixed on your wallet address. But in the version 2 that will come out in a few days, there will be the concept of bonds. So people, basically, when you create a loan, when the lender lends money, NFTs will be created that represent the position of the lender and the borrower. And so you will be able to basically, trade them, sell them, whatever you prefer to do it. And in this way, it will become even more liquid because you're not stuck if you don't want to be there. And it will help a lot of people that, for example, have to, sell it for a higher price because the bond is pretty good, or people are interested more in the NFT that is locked as a collateral. So they want to buy it, your position, because you got the loan before them and stuff like this. So that's a pretty cool features. But another big one, it will be the stablecoin support. So you will be able to create loan requests that can require stablecoins instead of ADA. So you will avoid the fluctuation of the ADA price.
My God, MetaMatt coming in and dropping some alpha. That sounds incredible. That is like the innovative, creative use of NFTs that I want to be seeing in the Cardano space. I love it. That's super exciting. In just a couple of days, for anybody listening now, anybody listening to the recording or on Twitter or YouTube, wherever you're listening, we do have a special Knights affiliate link for Fluid tokens. I'm gonna be tweeting the heck out of that. I'm gonna, post some stuff on the Fluid Tokens platform. I'll post affiliate links. Let's get the word out there. As the Knights Guild of Cornucopias, let's show everybody what we're all about. That we support our partnerships, and gosh, this has been phenomenal. I love what's coming out. I love everything that you have to say about what you guys are about, and I'm so excited about this partnership. Thank you so much, Matt, for joining us. Before we close out, I just have a couple of little announcements and stuff for the Knights. We have our first game night coming up Monday, 11/28, and yes, that is night spelled KNIGHT. That's coming up Monday at 11/28. Check out the Knights Discord for the schedule on that one. There are some exciting developments happening within the Knights Catalyst community. There's some new stuff coming up. Be sure to jump into the Discord, check out that channel, and in the pinned posts in that channel, be sure to click the button if you want to keep up with announcements going on there. There's a special Cardano Catalyst Committee role that you can claim by clicking that button, and that is in the pinned messages. So be sure to check that out. And the Knights Racing is going to be kicking off pretty soon also. Even though Cornucopias Racing is not currently live, we have talked with some of the Cornucopias team and discovered what games that they have drawn inspiration from. Those games are Redout Enhanced, and they've also got a new version, Redout 2, both of which are on sale on Steam right now. The Cornucopias team studied Redout Enhanced, I think, more than Redout 2, because Redout 2 is pretty new, but it's stupid cheap right now. It's like $6 for Redout Enhanced, and something like $15 for Redout 2. I bought them both. I am testing them out and trying to see what the best direction is for us to go as a guild, and how we can play together. So check that out too. Pretty soon, not quite yet, there will also be a claimable role for that channel as well. So yeah, jump in. We've got some exciting stuff happening. I swear, if I could share half of the stuff that we are talking about in the background that is coming up, you don't want to miss it. Be sure to jump into the Knights Discord. That will be, if you're listening to the recording on YouTube, there'll be a link down in the description below.
I do have a couple updates as well.
Yeah, I was going to pass it off to you. Go ahead and end us out.
Yeah. So I had mentioned our website a couple Twitter Spaces ago, and I just want to give an update. So there is a little bit of delay. I had to go back and forth with the artist and have some revisions done. So we are still working on it. And we are still planning on launching it. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I just want to make sure it's done right. I don't want it to look like a high school project. So that will come out as soon as possible. And our merch store, something that we also talked about on this Twitter space, that will go up on our website. So our merch store will launch when our website launches, and as well as our art contest. So we're going to have an art contest, and the winner will get their art on our merchandise. So all of that will come out at the same time. And I also want to give a leak. So I want to give a little leak. So with leaks, how much do you give? Just a little bit, right? You don't want to tell
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Little hint.
Okay. So we are planning in the future an art NFT sale that will have rarities. So I think I will leave it at that.
That's exciting. I don't know how much has been shared like in the public streams of information in the Discord, but I've seen a lot of the art that our community produces, that our leadership produces, and it is phenomenal. It is next level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super cool. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, I think that about does it. Juju, do you have anything else to share?
Nope, I think that's it. I just want to thank Matt for coming up and speaking with us. I was very impressed with what you had to say. So thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Thank you again, Matt, for joining us. And that about does it for this space. I guess to close us out, I don't want to miss the obligatory Hamilton reference. So, Juju, go ahead and close us out whenever you feel comfortable with the amount of the song that you've heard.
So, another fun fact about this song. We have another group of friends that love Hamilton, and we play this music when we're together. And every time this song plays, we have to take a shot.
That's so funny. That's so cool. I love that.
So the fact that you played that song, I'm like, okay, time to go take a shot.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for taking the time. And yeah, jump into the Discord, hang out with us, check out the stuff we got going on, and we would love to connect with you. Have a great Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
All right.